Hello, this is Bill Meridian speaking again as a follow-up to the IBM trade. IBM was recommended as a long trade yesterday. That was January 22nd. It is now the 23rd. That is the horoscope of first trade of IBM. That is February 14th, 1924, 10 a.m. It was earnings reporting time. There was a Jupiter return in the natal chart on the 22nd. And actually, transiting Venus was conjunct transiting Jupiter on the natal Jupiter. And of course, the natal Jupiter in IBM's chart is part of a T-square. It is conjunct Mars opposite the Moon and square Uranus. And in the converse progress chart, Jupiter was sextile the MC on the 23rd. There's a picture of the Venus-Jupiter conjunction on the Mars-Jupiter conjunction in the natal chart. Now the result, IBM rose 9% yesterday on an earnings surprise, which was what I was expecting. Now, just to give you a post-mortem on this, IBM is likely to continue to rise for several reasons. The chart underwent a Jupiter return. The stock is oversold, technically both weekly and monthly. The monthly cycle, which is drawn by my software based upon past cycles, points up. And the major resistance overhead is the downtrend line at 165. And at a minimum, we should see a 38.2% retracement, which would lift the stock to $148. Let's take a look at these. This is the Jupiter return analysis. This was done with the software at the Astro App website by Gene Vickertan. This is a study of all 100 stocks on the NASDAQ from 1980 to the present, of Jupiter's passage over the midheavens in the NASDAQ stocks for, that's 38 years. So that's approximately 200 to 300 conjunctions of Jupiter on the MC and the subsequent price movement, and you can see how an uptrend, a steady uptrend, begins that lasts about 30 to 40 days afterwards. That's one of the reasons I would hold on to the stock. And by the way, I just wanted to make you aware that I did run Jupiter to IBM's natal Jupiter and determine its price change. From 1962 to the present, there were 6 conjunctions of Jupiter to Jupiter, and after 5 of them, the stock went down. You would say, wait just a minute, why did I call for a rally yesterday? Because this Jupiter return was on the day of the earnings announcement, and that is John Dro's rule of time orb. If something occurs very, very close within a few days of the earnings announcement, and has a very profound effect on the stock price. So again, analysis shows that 5 out of 6 Jupiter returns sent the stock lower from 1962, but yesterday's did not. And this is one of the studies I was relying on to make that call. But let's look a little further. So this explains all the technicals about that graph, which I just explained. I'll give you a chance to look at it. Again, you can do this yourself at the astroapp.com website. So that's a 38% annualized return after a stock has a Jupiter return, which is abnormal. Since the S&P rallies about 8% a year, I'm going to project that the NASDAQ goes up about 10 to 12% a year, but this is much higher, 3 to 4 times the average. So now that is the cycle drawn by my software, using all of the latest price cycles as of the close yesterday and projecting it out. And you can see it continues to rally through the year, so this appears to be a fairly major low for Big Blue. And by the way, the reason for the sales surprise was due to greatly increased business coming from the cloud, which is what one would expect. So IBM objectives, here on this graph you can see the 38.2% retracement right there at about $148 a share. I would expect it to go at least to that point before it hesitates. And beyond that point, it would hit that blue downtrend line that's coming in. That's around 162, somewhere between 160 and 165. So this is the follow-up to yesterday's presentation, and again, the world's only purple financial astrology book, Planetary Stock Trading 4. And if you're into geopolitics, Mastering Geopolitical Prediction, Applied Mundane Astrology, you can see the YouTube presentations at the channel Mastering Geopolitical Prediction. It's Bill Meridian from BillMeridian.com, Gene Vicotan from AskJoeApp. We have an enormous database at AskJoeApp, plus the tools to sort through all the horoscopes in seconds. Thank you very much for listening to this presentation. Until next time, bye-bye.